Hey guys, thanks for listening to Nursery. My name is Lee Boyle, your host. I want to talk to you a little bit about money. I know. Why does he have the balls to talk to me about money? Why? I'll tell you why. I believe that I've entertained you enough that I have the right to talk about it. It's okay. It's okay. We can talk about this and it doesn't have to be awkward. So, Nursery podcast isn't the only thing. There are other things all operating under one roof here. There's a band, Third Class, indie pop music at thirdclass.net. There's a comedy troupe, Bullskit Productions at bullskit.com. There's even my youngest brother, Stephen Boyle, doing rap music as Summer Camp Steve at summercampsteve.com. Check him out. There's a lot of irons in the fire here, and by donating to Nursery, you're donating to all those entities as one. Therefore, if you go to thirdclass.net, bullskit.com, click on the donate button, and give what you see fit if you have anything extra lying around, couple bucks here or there, we would really appreciate it. And on the subject of money, sponsorship. If you happen to run a business, you can sponsor an episode or more episodes of Nursery for a cheap price to a great demographic of listeners. We have a humble number of listeners, but they're all so very communal that it'll make an impact. They're the kind of listeners that will come out to your restaurant, they'll come to your coffee shop, they'll record their next album at your studio, they'll come to your event if I promote it here on Nursery Podcast. So email me at clograve@gmail.com, CHLOEGRAVE@gmail.com. That's Chloe with an E. clograve@gmail.com. Speaking of sponsors, we have a new sponsor from East Palestine, Ohio. I've been to this place before they were ever a sponsor, and I loved it. Loved it. This is a hot dog place. They're at 15 South Market Street in East Palestine. They're called Dogs on the Run. They have the world's best hot dogs and the world's best ice cream. They sell Nathan's quarter-pound all-beef hot dogs with over 20 topping choices and 8 specialty dogs. They have Perry's premium ice cream made in Akron, New York. They're staying open all year and encourage curbside ordering at, write this number down, 330-426-3575. So you don't even have to get out of your car. Curbside service. The website, epdogsontheRun.com. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, EP Dogs on the Run, all one word. Find them, check them out. The hours are Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Sunday from 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. And for winter months, they're also going to offer some sort of soup of the day. They're going to have different types that vary. They might have chili one day, vegetable beef another, chicken and rice another day, chicken noodle another, more. They'll have variety for you, let alone the variety of just the regular hot dog menu. It's fantastic. They have a cute little delivery vehicle. They offer limited delivery during the day. They can come to your house if you're in East Palestine, Ohio. And since they opened May 21st of 2015, the year I'm recording this, they've sold well over 17,000 hot dogs. 17,000. So go to epdogsontheRun.com, see what it's about. Dogs on the Run, my hometown, East Palestine, Ohio. Thank you so much for sponsoring Nursery Podcast. And listeners, thank you. Thank you for listening to Nursery. 50 plus episodes and going strong. I'm in the practice room, Studio B, in my house with myself, Lee Boyle.
Myself, Jack Boyle.
I'm on the elliptical. I'm Peppy.
And we just finished up a writing/rehearsal session. It was interesting because the guys were rusty on the old stuff, but I was unable to play well on the stuff we were writing, like the new stuff. So it was kind of fun because we'd have to jam for a second to get into any of the things we did. Here, why don't you guys sit right here so I can reach both of you. This is 2015 November. There's a few solo Third Class shows left, but in the cracks in between, I've been meeting up with these two, and we've been trying to write very slowly, some rock songs and stuff. And otherwise, there's a couple skits in the back on the back burners, and there's a couple podcasts and stuff. But what's been happening with you, Peppy? What have you been busy with?
Just in life in general?
Yeah, life.
Work, and about like a year ago, I started a business, and I'm opening a store soon, so I've been working a lot on that. And
I wanted to ask you, can I work there?
yeah, totally. But yeah, that's about it. House stuff, working on my house.
And how about you, Jack?
I've been rereading the Harry Potter series.
Oh, you have? What book are you on?
6.
Already?
Well, I mean, it's late November.
I'm in the 6th book, and I started when they came out.
Oh, dude.
I'm not in the 6th book.
You guys, I read the first one. I liked it.
I couldn't find the second one.
I have it.
Well,
Do you want to go back and read it?
maybe. I mean, okay, so I started on the 3rd one, and I read the 4th and the 5th one, and I'm most of the way through the 6th one. And I'm going to read the 7th one, then I figure I'd go back and read the first one, because then it'd be cool.
I'm going to read them backwards.
Yeah.
One time, Peppy and I went with a few friends to jog a lake while you lived in Cleveland, and there was like a weird miscommunication issue because Harry Potter's the last Harry Potter book came out, and like you turned your phone off and like shut yourself in your apartment so that nobody could like kind of spoil it for you, I believe, and you just like read it straight through, like right when you bought it. It might not have been the day it came out, but it was like very soon after. And it was interesting because you're like, no, nobody tell me. And you just like hid yourself away in Cleveland. And like, I was like, where is Jack? And then we finally found out later that it was like because of Harry Potter that you did that. Do you remember that day? Like, what was that like? Was it like ridiculous? Did you read really fast, like on purpose? Or were you just like, I'm having a day of reading, like just for fun? It was like weirdly intense because you were trying to read it fast.
No, I don't really remember.
Oh, okay.
So, don't tell me what happens. I'm just about to the 7th book.
Do you remember that at all?
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay. Where'd we go? Juggle Lake?
No, I can't remember.
Oh, crap.
I just remember knowing that Jack like shut himself in his apartment because he didn't want any spoilers before he read it, and
Well, I knew that when I was in college, the 6th one came out, and I hadn't read it, but people were wearing T-shirts that said that Dumbledore died.
Really?
Dumbledore dies.
Yeah. Well,
I thought that was hilarious, and when I saw the T-shirts, though, but it didn't even ruin the book for me because I was like, whatever, right? You got to read the whole book to see what happens. But the backs of the shirt said Snape kills him.
What the heck? I didn't hear, but I'm sure a lot of people have heard of it, and I sound dumb, but I never knew that. It's hilarious.
And I was like, well, whatever. It's like you knew that was going to happen, right?
Yeah.
Well, once I saw the
Dumbledore,
T-shirt, I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
It's like, there's no Santa Claus!
Dude, since then, people just do that on Facebook, and it's annoying. My brother did that to me twice recently with The Walking Dead, and I considered blocking him.
Yeah, man.
You mean like people just post what happens and stuff?
Yeah.
To intentionally spoil it for people?
Yeah. And I don't really care that much, but he was obviously, he's one of those people that just did it to be a jerk, and he thinks it's funny to like, while you're scrolling down, it's just like a giant picture of somebody and it said, died.
Weird, man. I didn't know there's that whole culture of like T-shirts and memes and social media where people are just like, guess what? I'm like,
I don't understand how it benefits people at all to be like, ha, I told you,
right?
and you didn't know yet.
Speaking of death, I thought this was interesting. I've just been meaning to share this on a podcast. I may have mentioned it in a previous episode, but Craig Bate, one of our buddies who does Bullskit Productions with us, I was down the basement in his apartment.
And he died?
He died in Cleveland. In Cleveland, we were just screwing around. There's this gym down there, and there's all these like exercise balls and weights and weird Bowflex and just odd things or whatever. And we always just like get on the machines and mess around and try to be comedic when we're just in our spare time. And I laid down and picked up a weight that was like very liftable and very light. But when I lifted it, I cracked some dumb joke that I made myself laugh with, and I couldn't, push it up again. And really weird because Craig started laughing too, and so he couldn't come and get it from me. And then like a third person started laughing or something, and it was like really scary because you think of like, am I gonna die laughing? Am I gonna die because I'm laughing and because other people are laughing and no one who otherwise have the strength can help me?
I actually have a picture of that.
Do you?
Of like you laughing, you can't pick it up, and Craig over there trying to like pull it off of you, but he's laughing too hard.
Right, and obviously like you were like I'll help him if Craig doesn't, like there were enough people there, but
and apparently I was just snapping.
But you just took a photo for some reason. But it was a scary moment for a second because I was like, dude, I know it'll take a long time for me to die into this thing, but if Craig doesn't stop laughing and if I can't get a hold of myself, it's kind of like feels like the feeling of being tickled.
Yeah.
Is that the best way to die? Or the worst?
No, I don't think so.
What's
being
the best?
Trapped under a weight while your friends are taking
While you're
photos of
laughing,
you and your
while
friends
you're
are
like
laughing.
really happy though as you die. Is that good?
I don't know.
Like take the weight out of the equation. Is it better to die laughing
Then
like
burning?
screaming or yeah. Like what's the best way to die? Sleep? Probably sleep.
Right? Was it this?
Probably. Oh yeah,
That was
made
when
the skit.
me, you, and Carly were just like goofing around, and we were like playing on the.
Yeah, and we made Poison Control that night, the bull skit thing.
Oh yeah.
So getting back to our projects lately, listeners who have been following this podcast semi-sequentially will know that we're just winding down on a gigantic promotional endeavor in putting out an album that we put out last year, Hymns from Some Small Town. It's already been more than a year since we released it on CD and a long time since February release on vinyl. So we've been working really hard in 2015. If you look back at our shows, it's kind of wild. Like we have all these full band shows that we did where we did 2 shows in one day, like 3 times. Like we did like a Worcester Columbus, we did a Hilliard Lima, and we did one other thing twice in a day. And what do you guys feel now that like that's kind of winding down and like it's finally not like new and it's we've been kind of really like pushing hard and getting it out there and we've sold some copies and we've done the selfie with our vinyl thing and stuff. Like how do you guys feel when the smoke clears about our project and like how you feel about like things that you've created?
I feel real good about it.
Does you feel like proud of it now, or is it old news to you, or does it feel like, to me it feels like it came out yesterday?
Yeah, it feels new and old in weird ways, but like I'm definitely proud of it. I'm always proud of everything we do, even like the really crappy stuff we did when we were little.
Mm-hmm. And you've been on a binge lately where you've been listening to our old stuff in a playlist, right?
Yeah, because I finally like got all of my music synced to my new phone or whatever, and so I got to go back and listen to all of our new albums, and it's really weird.
How you feel about the whole thing, Jack? Like I know that you're often understated in like your emotions towards like our creative endeavors, but what do you take away from this last year?
It's a cool album. Glad we made it.
It's weird. It's like I know that Jack's like just dry, but also we're so inside this project that it's hard to see outside too. And so it's like weird because these two are just like workhorses when it comes to the band, and they're just like I don't know, let's just make music. Like like that's always the idea behind all this. It's like there's never a reflection period. We're always just writing new things. And if listeners don't know, even if you're not interested, I'm sorry, we're boring you. But if listeners don't know, we write constantly. Like since our culmination, we have just constantly had like a gigantic list of like reject songs and songs that make it and stuff. And it's unreal. Like there is zero like time where we actually hiatus. even if we say we are hiatusing, Jack's always in his basement making music, and Peppy's always like humming a tune or having some inspiration from another band, and I'm always writing lyrics, and it's just insane. So like it's hard to like think outside of it, but that was my attempt at this podcast, you know.
I think what Lee means is that he constantly writes songs that me and Peppy say no to, and that's it.
That happens sometimes, but you know,
It happens most of the time.
it does. We have way more that we've written that haven't made it than have, but it's a fact that sounds like it's not true.
For
I think
every,
people
like 10 songs you write, there are like one or two that we really love and we work hard on.
But I think from hearing us and locals that come to our shows don't think of us that way. Like, you know, like it sounds like we threw something together and it's just like goofy and fun. But there really is, like, as the years go on, it's been like weirdly like rewriting and doing like wild stuff. And it's just odd that like there's this tip of the iceberg that makes it out.
While you might think that we just accepted all of the crap.
Right? No, not because it's crap, just because it's so loose and like fun
just
sometimes.
Just the tip of the
Penis.
The
turd.
Crapberg.
Yeah. Right. So that's kind of a fun thing. But as songwriters, what do you guys think of just like the scene around here lately? Are you obviously we're all a little bit underattended in like shows we want to go to, and like we have a few bands we like, but
I mean, I think we're old fogies that never really had a heyday, and we don't really know what's going on anymore.
yeah, I mean, to a certain extent, we've as much as we like to, you know, give away Youngstown stickers and T-shirts and stuff. We've always kind of been more East Palestine, like people from like a smaller town band, and we've always been like touring and stuff. So we've actually made our way outside of Youngstown a lot more than we maybe put off. So sometimes we're not connected. There's a couple like Human Petting Zoo we really like, and like a band that's relatively new in the scene, the Magnetones, that we kind of had our finger on the pulse of for a couple shows and stuff. But then those things kind of slip away from us because we're we're out of touch.
Even when we've been a huge part of the Youngstown scene at like a couple different times, we're always just pretending to be a part of it, and we always feel like outsiders no matter what.
Right.
Because we're from a smaller town, and that's like our roots will always be there.
And that leads me to another question. Is it a little frustrating how small we've stayed, or are you guys like kind of happy in our insignificance?
Both, definitely.
Yeah. What about you, Jay? What do you think about?
Well, I think I'd like to be famous for not doing very much, but I think it'd be really hard to be in a famous band.
Yeah, it would be hard.
It would be nice to.
I don't think that that's generally what people who are famous do. Is not very much, is what I mean to say. So,
Right.
And I just mean I wish somebody would give me money.
Sure. Of course.
But I like what we've done. And I don't think we'd have done it a different way.
Yeah, that's a good answer. What about? I know you said both, Pep, but expand on that.
Oh, just that I definitely don't want to be. I don't want to be super famous. I mean, that would suck.
Sure.
But it would be nice to. I don't know. When we do play shows, just have people appreciate the work we put into it, because sometimes obviously it's going to happen, but like sometimes you play shows and you're like, these kids don't care about music.
Yeah.
But it just depends on where you are and when, I guess, because there are plenty of people that appreciate art.
Yeah. We've been working really hard this year, and then I kind of split off and played a bunch of smaller, intimate venues to try to kind of pick up the slack of what was left for getting the music out there that we wrote. And I've had a weird experience where like I'm kind of playing shows to pay us back for what we spent on pressing the vinyl and things like that. And it's a weird there's a weird line there where like I'm maintaining my integrity in that every show has a set of original songs. I'm not like playing covers at a pool hall, but at the same time it's like I'm definitely like digging into weird areas where I'm like playing like shows we wouldn't have otherwise like looked at and stuff. And it's kind of a odd thing, because on one hand we are coming into for a second we're going to come into the black with the band, and So that feels good within a year of the release. But on the other hand, the oversharing and like overbooking I've done in order to make that happen, it has made me a little bit like jaded, like weirdly, in a different new way. And it felt really good today to just play with you guys for fun. What do you guys think lies ahead for the band in what we've experienced this year versus like the future?
I think we'll keep saying no to most of the songs you write.
Yeah, but that's good. That keeps us, that's good. We need to, can't say yes to all the songs. A lot of them are just half-baked things, and they're just there to be jumping off points to other songs. But, I mean, so that's kind of your way of saying, like, you think we'll keep doing what we're doing in some capacity here and there. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, it's always been the same. We say we're going to take a break.
And we never do.
We never do. We're on a break right now, and we have like enough material for a new album, and you just played 100 shows. So
weird. You're right.
I don't know. I would like to say we're actually going to take a break. So we just, like you said, stop oversharing, and because it seems like our problem is people are like, they're oversaturated with us. People who do follow what we're doing, they're like, oh yeah, you're playing a show every 5 minutes, so I'll catch one eventually. But if we stop like
then they're like, we're
shoving our shows down everybody, somebody might actually want to come to a show.
Isn't that fun? Yeah, it's weird. I've been doing a decent job of not being too close to our local fan base, so that doesn't happen too much. But still, I have played Warren and Boardman relatively recently, so it's kind of a crapshoot. So I agree with you, and I want to come back to the break idea, but yeah, it's funny with albums too. People, like when you have a new album out right then and somebody knows about it, they immediately ask if you have another new album. Like within the month, they're like, "You got new material yet?" Like they're sick of it.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, and then people that don't know about it and it's been out for 4 years are like, "You have anything since the Red Wheelbarrow?" Like it's like, so in that regard, I kind of feel okay about playing all these shows because the people that know us are fans and they're great, and they're not gonna. It's okay if they don't come. I'm looking for new faces, but at the same time, do you want us to be on a break?
No, I mean I always enjoy.
Because you said you'd like to say that we're taking a break. Are you like fed up?
No, definitely not.
Because it's okay. I'm not only asking.
If anything, like I'm like ready to play a show because you've been playing so many by yourself. So I definitely like am like antsy to play a show. I'm just saying like I don't know.
You're saying for the sake of like our booking schedule and like locals, you'd like to say we're on a break. Yeah, that makes sense. So the upcoming next year when we start like regular rehearsals again, that'll feel good to you, right?
Yeah,
because we'll be playing electric, playing we're playing with no mics and brush sticks and acoustic right now, and it's okay for writing, but it's uncomfortable, and it's like we have Pepe's Basement where we're gonna play like electric and get back into some shows in 2016, not many, but like some bar shows in 2016 with the loud full band.
I have to pee.
Okay.
So like I'd appreciate if you guys didn't talk about me while I'm gone, because you do that. So maybe while I'm gone, just like roll the clip of what we've been working on.
Okay, great.
I kind of have to pee too.
Okay, go ahead. I won't talk about you.
There's just the one toilet.
Okay, so we'll just wait for him. Should we roll the clip?
Roll the clip.
All right. This is a very rough, and it's probably never going to make it other than right here on this podcast. This is called Sweet Potato.
Don't play that. That sucks.
We don't have anything else.
All right, well then don't play anything.
Oh wait, no, we do. We have a. Here, I'll play you a little piece of something I've been playing out at the solo shows called Radio to Cassette. I'll play you a little piece. And we're back. Did we play it?
I guess that's up to Futurely.
We didn't. Just forget it, guys. You'll hear it when you hear it.
We're breaking.
Let's talk about Peppy. Yeah.
We're breaking up. Peppy doesn't know it yet, but we're never any more shows. It's over.
I heard what you said. So you can't deny it. So what was it that you said?
I asked Jack, I prompted a clip for Sweet Potato, and Jack was like, don't play that. And so we just didn't play a clip. And I was about to play Ready to Cassette, but we decided not to anyways.
What about the one we just were working on?
Oh, just the jam? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Folks, here's just a little jam. This is me on drums, Peppy on bass, and Jack on the keys. And we're back. Did we play it?
That was pretty quick. I don't think we played it.
Yeah, we did. So you guys sound like tired and old.
That's it. Yeah. You mean third class?
Well,
Sounds
no, I
tired
think
and
I
old.
sound all right. You two sound tired and old. Why? What are you doing? What are you busy with other than what you said? Like the Harry Potter thing.
We're tired and old. Dude, my back hurts.
Well, it is 8 a.m. in the morning. PM.
It's 1:05 p.m.
It's early.
What are your guys' vices? What makes you tick?
I don't know. I like beer and Harry Potter.
Peppy.
I like kombucha and Harry Potter.
Vice. Kombucha's not a vice.
I don't know.
Sweet stuff. Ice creamer?
I thought Miami Vice.
What's your vice? Miami.
Sweet stuff?
Isn't that your number one vice? Sugar?
I like sweet stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like
My vice is like salt. Like just salty, like meaty, gross, fatty stuff.
like a salt block. Like horses,
Yeah.
like a salt lick.
Yeah. Deer salt or whatever. Like the salt that they put on the road. I eat that.
I don't know.
What kind of people do you feel like you've attracted throughout your lifetime now that you're like 31? What kind of friends do you attract as a person?
You guys.
Right. But what is that? What is that?
I don't know. I guess like artsy people, but yeah.
How about you, Jack?
Nobody.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, I've been reading Harry Potter. This is like the first time I left my house in like a week.
Oh yeah. You East Palestine. You're in East Palestine, Ohio. Do you express some concern about like going out in downtown and in public in East Palestine? Is that still something at the forefront of your mind?
Yeah, I don't like people to see that I'm a person that exists.
Are you joking or no?
No.
Okay. And what do you feel when you do go out downtown? Whenever.
I don't know. Don't ask me this shit. If people they're gonna listen to it. The people who might see me walking on the street might hear that I am scared to do the thing that I don't do.
And then what?
Nothing.
That's him. That's him. Get him. Go get him with pitchforks and torches. Hey, Jack, get out here. I heard you were scared for me to see you. I just want to let you know I like you.
I mean, that's what I guess that's. Wait, what does it feel like I feel insecure.
It feels bad, and sometimes you think that you're in everybody else's way when you're actually loved by them. And it's weird because you have these low moments where you believe that, and then you have these weird high moments where you think you're just all that in a bag of chips. So it's weird. It's like, I think we've had a hard time finding the in-between. We're always like full of ourselves, or like totally like ruined, and like everyone hates me. You know what I mean? Like,
Speaking of chips, I could go for some chips.
I could go for some all that.
Do you guys want to watch all that and eat a bag of chips?
Yes. And Keenan and Kel. Dude, Jack, one follow-up. Who loves orange soda?
I do.
Happy?
Jack does.
All right. Well, the answer is Kel loves orange soda, but okay. Jack loves orange soda. And that's it.
I mean, I kind of like orange soda. I don't know where this whole
This
this rumor came from, but it's okay. If I had to have some soda, it should be orange.
What are your favorite podcasts to listen to? This will be our last question. Just maybe you could recommend to listeners of this podcast.
I listen to Real Time with Bill Maher, and I listen to Throwing Shade. And I listen to Nursery and Talk Salad and Scrambled Eggs.
Have you listened to?
I don't listen to that podcast anymore.
What did you used to listen to?
Just like NPR stuff, so that I had it when I wanted to, like This American Life and Radio Lab. Radio Lab's still pretty awesome. I would listen to that. And I listened to that Word show.
Away with Words.
Yeah,
Colin listens to that. He likes it a lot.
yeah. I mean, it's pretty annoying, but it's good.
It annoys me too. I really like the material they have, but I don't like how they talk about it.
Yeah.
They're like, funny thing, here's something you wouldn't know because you're not as smart as me. Like, it just bothers me. Maybe in the same way, if that's what you mean, I don't know.
But I like learning the stuff. I like
Yeah.
the little bit, the history. I guess I like the etymology behind it. I don't know if you.
You do learn something new almost every episode, no question. You used to listen to Risk as well, Kevin Allison,
Yeah.
right? That was a good one, right?
Yeah, I like Risk. That's good. Oh yeah, and The Moth and that style of podcast. I like the storytelling stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't really know what's out there anymore. I mean, it seems like podcasts have really exploded. Or, I mean,
They're all
even
over, yeah.
there's just like even more and more of them, and I just sort of listen to music now if I'm going to listen to something.
It's kind of interesting, like, we have some predictable but yet fun tastes when it comes to, like, all kinds of things, like, kind of across the board, whether it's movies, podcasts, or music. Peppy tends to listen to the stuff that has, like, that's, like, styled more and, like, has an actual attitude that's cool. Like, Throwing Shade has, like, a really recognizable demeanor and a good sense of humor.
Yeah, you
And
guys.
it's like, and like I listen to like douchey podcasts, and like Jack listens to really smart ones. It's like fun.
You guys really set me up to sound stupid on that question.
No,
'Cause I
those
just
aren't
listen to
stupid.
A bunch of like silly comedy podcasts, and Jack's like, I listen to smart things.
No, here, let me list mine, and you'll feel much better. Like I listen to a bunch of Kevin Smith ones. Like that's way dumber. Like I listen to the ones that have like these weird ads in the middle, and they're like, ooh, you know, like they'll like wait. You know, I listened to Talk Salad, and I listened to Jay and Silent Bob Get Old, and like I listened to these two really weird ones that that I just found. One called TMI Radio, that's just like been defunct since 2011, and I just listened to the like 10 or so episodes they had. It's just these college kids like talking insanely candidly about like their sex lives. It's really weird. It's like I don't know who they are, and I'll never know, but they're just so ridiculously candid. Like it's like it feels like the mic, they didn't know the mic was on. It's just like about like how they are so open. And then another really neat one from Kansas, You Best Believe, that I've plugged a couple times. They're kind of fun, yeah. But mine are all these weird ones like that sound like what we're doing right now. Like mine are all these like really like subdued like conversations, and like sounds like people have like a lot of breathing room and they're real like chill when it's odd. Like the Kevin Smith ones when he's like not doing it live, when he's at home. It's really odd to hear them speculate on, like, edumacation is a weird one. Like,
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the live ones because they're like,
yeah, the ones in his
aware
house are
of
so
people
good.
listening.
Yeah,
And when they're not live, they're completely unaware and they just like ramble about
they forget
stuff. Yeah.
And I've seen both of you. Yeah, it takes a while because you're very modest people, and obviously you guys kind of lit up when I asked you about something other than yourselves just now, because you don't want to like talking about yourselves and stuff. But it's neat. I've seen you guys both forget that we were recording. It's really like an awesome thing. You know what I mean? Like I've seen like Jack and me were in Kent. We were just like making poop jokes, like in Washington D.C. And then you and me, there was a time like when we did like the ones with a group where you could tell like we kind of forgot the mic was. That's the goal of this podcast in a lot of ways. So it's kind of fun. But yeah, well, listeners, hopefully you got like a couple good podcast recommendations out from that, and read Harry Potter. Listen to our band, and make sure you watch All That.
Yeah, watch All That and Kenan and Kel
And eat a bag of chips.
and the Hunger Games movies. Don't read the books.
And the Twilight movies, but just the books. Based on the movie. You know the books they make of the movie, like read those. If those exist.
Sure.
Based on the film film adaptation.
Make sure Kristen Stewart's on the cover.
Yeah. Don't read like the ones the author wrote. Like if there's like a picture book that just sums the movie up.
Or you know what? Don't read Harry Potter or Twilight or Hunger Games. Just read fan fiction.
Yeah, of those. Yeah. That sounds good. Good recommendation, guys. Hey, look, Mom, we're on a podcast.